is my 40th birthday.
Happy birthday to bro. Look, I'm past 7 Make sure you like and subscribe. He said watch this if you're in your 20s. I'm in my 20s. Let's watch this together.
And if I could go back to talk to my younger 20-year-old self and give him some
Dang.
advice, here are 40 things that I would say.
He still
Number
look the
one,
same.
make sure you are climbing the right mountain. Too many of us are exhausted because
Okay.
we are doing too little of the things that bring us joy and are chasing someone else's definition of success. This is
Yeah,
why
don't
it
do
is
that.
far better to be climbing slowly up the right
Hey.
mountain than it is to be climbing fast up the wrong mountain. When you focus on direction over speed, you'll find greater enjoyment in the journey.
Oh
Number
yeah, then I
two,
could dance like
stop
that.
making your health a side hustle. The moment that you
Mm.
sacrifice your health is the moment that your overall well being begins to deteriorate. Your health is
They're
the
right.
most valuable asset you have. Without it, nothing else matters. Life.
He's right. I need to go get that Planet Fitness membership so I can be working out. Matter of fact, we need to bust out some push-ups right now. I'm gonna edit out the video, but let's bust out these push-ups, bro. I ain't do my push-ups today. Ah, I still hurt my foot though. Dang. I forgot that I hurt my foot. All right, I'm gonna count them out. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why you getting my face? 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have to do it with one leg because my foot is pretty messed up. I can't do that. Oh, we're back. We bust out some push-ups. Let's do it.
Life is hard enough as it is.
Facts.
Don't make it harder by not looking after yourself. Energy, you
You're
see,
right.
is earned and not given.
You're right, brother.
And it is earned by sleeping more, eating better, and exercising on a daily basis. So work with your body, not against it. If not, you will eventually be faced with no choice but to spend a lot of time dealing with illness later in life. Number three,
Mm.
how you spend your days is how you spend your life. If you are not prioritizing the daily actions necessary to achieve your goals, you will never arrive at where you would like to be. I mean, how can tomorrow be any better than today if you don't do anything different today? You will never change your life for the better unless you change something you do daily.
Mm.
So care less about results and more about your daily habits because world class results automatically follow world class habits. And this leads me on to number four, take responsibility for your life. No
Yep.
one is coming to save you, and this is why you must step up and become the hero of your own life. Taking full ownership of your life is the most empowering thing that you can do because the pain of doing nothing with your life will always be worse than the pain of doing something with your life. Most people, unfortunately, are allergic to personal responsibility, preferring instead to complain and blame.
Yep. I even had to learn this at 18. I was like, hey, I can't rely on my parents the whole time. I gotta do stuff myself. Even though they said, hey, we got you and we got it, and then that didn't happen. So it's like, hey, you gotta figure this out on your own. You can't just go out on life and just blaming them. Like, hey, my parents told me they got it, they didn't take care of it. Now I'm older, but I'm not crying all this stuff. Like, nah, you gotta keep it pushing. That's on you. Keep it pushing. You better figure it out on your own. Keep
Don't
it
be those
pushing.
people. Number five, have a bias to action. The only real failure in life is never trying or taking action on the things that matter most to you. The average human life is short. Right now, globally, it is at 73 years.
Mm,
And so you only have one shot at this. We all know deep down that life is short and we will face death eventually.
yeah.
But few of us appreciate this. If we did, we would make very different decisions. Losing my mum at just 17 years old taught me the fragility of life. The future is never guaranteed, and the loss taught me the importance of living in the present. Time is something we can't make more of, so we must be careful about what we decide to give up a day of our life for, because once it is gone forever. And this
That's true. I do want. He just inserted a clip. I do want to watch that movie. I forgot what it's called. If y'all know it, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe while you're down there too, fam. I appreciate you. But he's right. We also live eternally, though. We live for eternity. Now, I learned that through my church. So at the same time, yes, we will live forever, but it's like, yes, make the most out of your life now because what you do in this life is probably what you would be wanting to do for eternity. It's gonna be a bit different, of course, but we do live for eternity. It's not, YOLO, you only live once. You live for eternity. So let's keep it
This leads
pushing.
nicely onto number 6. Extraordinary results come from repeating ordinary actions over an unordinary amount of time. Much of success in life, you see,
I'm
is
blind.
built by consistently doing the work that most are not willing to do. And if you can't do something consistently over a long period of time, you probably won't succeed at it. There is no such thing as an overnight success, only over time success. So be patient with the process and impatient with taking action. Number 7. Choose your life partner wisely. Ryan Holiday wrote an article in 2015 called "The Perfect Spouse is the Best Life Hack No One Told You About." And I would have to
Mm,
agree with his thoughts. Because without having my wife Laurie by my side, I would not be enjoying many of the things that I get to experience today. We have been together
hmm.
for nearly 2 decades. My success is our success. Her success is our success.
Yep.
And when faced with challenges and setbacks, we look to overcome and learn from them as a team. When choosing a life partner,
A big thing he said right there when it comes to marriage, it is a team. It is both of y'all together. A team effort. Team. Do it as a team. Not, oh, I'm solo on this. She's solo on that. He's solo on this. It's 50-50. Nah. Team. Combine together. Otherwise, go be by yourself.
therefore, be with someone who shares the same values as you and who is also focused on being better than who they were yesterday. Number
This man is speaking. He's speaking to you right now. Listen to what he's saying. He's
8. The hardest times in life equip you with the
Can't, hold
wisdom
on, hold on.
who they were
He hit
who
hard on
shares the
that.
same values.
Listen
When
what he says
choosing a
about a
life
life
partner,
partner.
therefore, be with someone who shares the same values as you and who is also focused on being better than who they were yesterday.
That is huge. Pick a person that's sharing the same values as you. For example, y'all know me, most people in the chat, I'm a Christian woman. Okay? Even back before I joined the church that I'm in now, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. LDS, I'm a saint. Some people refer to us as Mormons. We prefer Latter-day Saint now. We used to say Mormons way back. But I'm gonna choose someone that has the same virtues as me. I'm not gonna choose a guy. Say I don't drink alcohol, right? So I'm not gonna go looking for a guy that likes to get drunk all the time, that likes to smoke all the time, and that likes to just party and live that type of lifestyle. And that's not what I value. Like that's not me. I'm not gonna choose a guy like that. If I'm more into gaming, reading books, more into following Christ, then what do I want to choose a guy that relates to that? You don't want to choose a guy that's gonna go opposite to your morals and values and that would conflict that. Let's continue on to the
Number 8.
next.
The hardest times in life equip you with the wisdom to create the best moments of your life. Just because your past was hard does not mean your future cannot be amazing. It is from life's inevitable challenges
Hmm.
that you enjoy your greatest personal growth and discover more about who you truly are. And the tougher the times, the more clarity you get about what really matters and what doesn't. Number 9. Public speaking is one of the most powerful skills that you can develop. Your ability to touch people's hearts and minds by educating and inspiring them will open you up to a world of opportunities. So develop your storytelling skills and watch your career blossom. Number
I'm
10.
trying, bro.
Speak to yourself in the same way you would to someone you deeply care about. This is because the most powerful dialogue that
Mm,
happens is the one within yourself each day. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Number 11. One of the
that's so
best
true.
ways to advance your life is to simplify it. Less clutter, physical, mental, and digital, paves the way for clearer thinking and more focused action. Because nobody performs well when pulled in a dozen different directions. Number 12.
I will say that is so true. Like, have y'all ever noticed when you clean up your house, you just can think better? When you clean up your space, clean up your area, you could just think way better. I honestly want to get rid of stuff in my house, bro. I would love to be a minimalist. Sometimes that's hard when you have a toddler and a husband, and you just feel like you can't get rid of everything because, for one, you don't want to get rid of their stuff. But slowly, I'm trying to, low key. I went through a phase in the beginning of the year when I was just throwing away everything. But I can't just be throwing away all these stuff. I can get rid of my stuff. But I've slowly been trying to become more like a minimalist type. But at the same time, then I'll go to the thrift store and buy my baby some clothes. Well, the baby's gonna always need some more clothes. He keep growing, but slowly, you might want to try to become a minimalist. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Let's continue.
Be
My
fully
lips
present
trap.
when spending quality time with people, especially your loved ones. One of the greatest gifts that you can give people is the feeling that they have been heard, understood, and appreciated. This is because people do not want your time as much as they want your presence and energy. So wherever you
Mm,
are, be there. Whether that is having dinner with a friend, playing with your children, or spending quality time with your partner. Number 13. The only competition that matters in life is with yourself. Yesterday's you, last month's you, last year's you. Focus on outdoing your past self and you will flourish. And if you
that's
are
true.
going to look at others, look at them for inspiration, not comparison. Number 14.
Right. Like, you really only in a race with yourself. You should not be racing against other people when it comes to whatever you're trying to do, whether it's content creating like this, whatever the case. You should be in competition with yourself. Be looking at your old videos. Look at your old streams. After you finish a stream, go back and look at it and be like, okay, is this okay quality? Speaking of that, I need to up the bit rate on this stream, but we will get right. Let's
Not
continue.
everyone will like you, and that's okay. When you put yourself out there, you will always have some people that will hate you, whatever
Yeah.
you do. That's okay. You're not ice cream. You can't please everyone. You can't escape being judged. So you might as well live a life true to yourself, not a life lived for others. Number
Yeah.
15, get clear on your priorities and productivity
Quiet,
becomes
baby.
easy. How will you know that today will have been a productive day? Begin with the end in mind, work backwards, and move forwards with purpose. Number 16, be bold and take some risks. Not all risk takers will be winners, but all winners are risk takers. If you want to enjoy a life that most can't, you must do what most won't. So be bold and start stretching yourself out of your comfort zones. Put that ask out there. Start on that idea that you've been thinking about for so long. Go to that event. Say yes to that opportunity. Do this every day and your life will flourish. Number 17, you get what you focus your energy on. Focus on things to complain about and you will attract more things into your life to complain about. Focus on things to be grateful for and you will attract more things into your life to be grateful for. Number 18, be prepared for the best laid plans to not go the way you expect. I wanted to develop a successful career in finance after graduating from university, and then the financial crisis happened, which was actually a blessing in disguise. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to you. And my friend opened a new restaurant
Mm.
4 months before the COVID pandemic shut everything down.
Damn.
Sometimes life doesn't go according to plan, and it ends up being the best thing that has ever happened to you. The harsh reality is that when you commit to doing something with your life, you will face inevitable setbacks and failures. However, how you respond to them will be the difference between giving up too early and bouncing back stronger from the wisdom that you have gained from that experience. Which leads me nicely onto number 19. Don't fear failure, fear regret. More often than not,
That is so true. I've had so many times where I've done things and I'm like, I'm glad that I at least did it and tried rather than just sat there and never even gave it a try at all. Whether that's choosing a school, moving out of state, taking a chance on a boyfriend who's not my husband. But just taking chances, taking those risks. I'm like, I'm glad that I at least tried something instead of just sitting on my hands waiting for, I don't know, the world to spin. Like, you gotta try. You just gotta try stuff. And don't be scared if it don't work out. Try something else, keep it pushing.
Success is born out of a series of setbacks, wrong turns, and failures. So when you avoid taking action because you are afraid of failure, you actually hurt your chances for success. There is a beautiful Japanese
Mm.
saying that goes, if you feel like you are losing everything, remember this: trees lose their leaves every year, yet they still stand tall, waiting for
Mhm.
better days to come. Number 20. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. You are not born into this world to just pay bills, scroll aimlessly through social media feeds, watch television, do things you hate, and then die. You are born with unique gifts and talents, and it is life's greatest adventure to discover what these are and to share them with the world. Don't go through life accepting that 5 out of 7 days are going to be spent doing something that does not bring you joy or fulfillment. Live each day with intention so that you own your days rather than your days owning you. Number 21. Knowing yourself is the beginning of true wisdom. This is because you can't have self development without self awareness, for you can't change what you are not aware of. Number 22.
That is true. If you don't recognize the things in yourself, it's like, how would you be able to change those things? Like, say you're the type of person where you're like, yeah, I want to be more in shape, but you see yourself not having those habits of trying to get in shape. It's like, yeah, how would you know to even change that if you don't ever stop and think about it and recognize it? I'm low key just talking to myself. That's why I watched this video.
On the days where it feels like you will never make progress, just remember how far you have come. If you can't be grateful for what you
It's
currently
true.
have, you will never have enough. Appreciate where you are in your journey, even if it is not where you want to be, for every season serves a purpose. Number 23. Stop filling your calendar with junk. If you want your life to change, you must make space for it to happen. Nothing more can be added to a full calendar. A calendar that can often be filled with things that you have said yes to just to please other people, and activities that would take you away from the very things that will help you make progress towards where you want to be. Number 24. If you did the work that you are currently avoiding, you would have the results that you want. At a minimum, you will always end up in a better place by doing the work than avoiding it. Overthinking, on the other hand, is the death of all great ideas and opportunities. You don't have to have it all figured out in order to move forward. The clarity you seek will come from the action that you take. And the next piece of advice will help with this. Number 25. Get important tasks done early in the day when your energy is at its highest. Once these are done, whatever else happens later in the day, you will have already had a productive day. Number 26. Have patience with the journey ahead. To become a success story, you must be willing to look stupid and like a beginner for a long time before you start getting things right. Too many people ignore
That's
their
true.
dreams because they dislike the idea of being a beginner and learning slowly. So don't let impatience and the fear of embarrassment become the biggest hurdle to your growth. Sometimes it takes 10 years to get that 1 year that will completely change your life.
I notice that a lot. Whenever you do see very successful people, they always do say, yeah, it took me about 10 years to get where I'm at. No matter what the career is, whether that's YouTube, whether that's usually people in regular businesses that's just starting out, they're like, yeah, it usually took them about 10 years to kind of break ground, basically, to get it up and running. So, might take that long. It might just take that long for it to crack off.
Number
My baby
27.
is
Act
so
from your
hyper.
future, not your past. Let's fast forward to a year from now and imagine that your life is the best that it has ever been as a result of your own intentional choices. What choices did you make today and in the coming weeks and months that made this reality a possibility for you? Number 28. Level up your network. The fastest way to make meaningful progress in any area of your life is to design an environment around you that makes it impossible not to succeed. Your circle
Mm.
of friends will also change as you grow, and this is all part of the personal development journey. It is why your new life will cost you your old one. It is part of your evolution and becoming as you move into the next phase of your growth. Not everyone is focused on being better than who they were yesterday, and that's okay. Number 29.
I feel like that's what I need right now. I need like a network, like a circle of people that I could go to and kind of talk back and forth on advice. And not necessarily advice, but just things that we've learned that day and we could just learn from each other. Like that's what I would really love to have. I'm gonna try to get that together like in a small group, but something else to work on. Always something to work on.
Commit to learning on a daily basis. There is this
Yep.
100-hour rule, which states that if you spend 100 hours a year deepening your knowledge in your chosen discipline, which is around 18 minutes a day, you will be better than 95% of the world in that discipline. So, what will you spend your 18 minutes today learning about? Number 30. You are the architect of your destiny. You are both the sculptor and the sculptor, with your thoughts shaping your entire reality. Your thoughts, therefore, can either be the gateway to limitless achievement or a prison cell for your potential. Number 31. Focus on making a difference, not just a living. Your
I would say for that last one, things do start in your mind. If you creating all these real small boundaries, basically putting yourself in a box, it is going to be hard to break up out of that because you already mentally got yourself trapped in there. You got to break out. You're going to be straight. Just keep going and expand. Like, whatever your greatest desires is, truly believe you could do that and maybe even write it out so that you could make a plan to get there. Work on it, famo.
Your value is determined by how much more you have given to the world than you have taken from it.
Mm,
Add value to people's lives each day, however small, and watch your life transform. Number 32. Unknown paths often lead to the most rewarding journeys. When you surrender to the
that's
unknown,
true.
you allow yourself to explore and experiment. So be open to new experiences. Constantly meet new people. Try stuff just because it is interesting and fun. And do a few things that you will be excited to tell your kids about someday. Number 33. Spending money.
That one for me, I think that's nothing but trusting God. Sometimes you might come across an opportunity and you might just have to trust God on it. But hey, He got me. He got me. Put it in God's hands. Go with it. He got you. Put it in God's hands. You're going to be okay.
Money on things you don't need or want just to impress others.
Let's rewind it a bit.
Things that you will be excited to tell your kids about someday. Number 33. Spending money on things you don't need or want just to impress others is the fastest way to go broke. Instead, learn how to invest and then put that money to work for you so you can grow your financial wealth over time. This way, you are able to tap into the power of the compound effect, the eighth wonder of this world. Just look at Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors the world has seen. 99% of his current wealth was created after his 50th birthday. Number 34.
Mm,
Do stuff that makes you feel alive. Focus your energy on things that make you come alive and away from the things that make you miserable.
yep.
This is key to fulfilling your potential. Number 35. You will have good seasons and bad seasons. You can't control the weather, only be prepared for it. And this leads me to number 36. Don't tie your emotional well-being to something in the future that may or may not happen. Doing so will mean that you will end up living as if you are never going to die, and then die having never truly lived. And your present will be full of anxiety, frustration, and stress. Inner peace comes from accepting what you can't control and focusing your energy instead on what you can. Number 37.
Exactly.
Listen to your heart. There is a reason why the longest journey you will make are the inches from your head to your heart. Too often, we ignore our intuition and innate wisdom and place too much importance on the opinions of others, many of whom have not succeeded in what you are trying to do with your life. In fact, number 38, don't take advice from those who haven't done what you are trying to do. Everyone has advice to share with you. Just make sure you are taking it from someone who has been in the arena and not sitting on the sidelines as a spectator. Number 39,
Right.
leadership begins with you. You cannot be an effective leader of others if you are not powerfully leading yourself first. Lead yourself by living with intention each day, and very soon your life will transform in the most magical of ways. And this begins with taking care of your physical and mental energy, for you can't give what you don't have. And finally, number 40, it is
Bro said doing the 1 million push-up challenge. I'm currently at 300. Hey, bro, keep going. Oh my goodness, 1 million? You can get there, bro. You keep doing them on the daily. I just make sure I do my few little push-ups a day. Dang, bro, is at 300. Keep
never
going,
too late
Queasy.
to make a change. At some point, you have to be honest
Bro gonna be
about the
swole.
gap between the life you want to live and the life that your daily habits are currently leading you towards. If your habits are causing that gap to widen, then do something about it. It is never too late to make changes in your life, to close
That's
that
true.
gap between where you are now and where you want to be. I hope you found this video useful.
I sure
See
did,
the
Unc.
future.
I appreciate you. I really do. We're gonna drop a like. Unc Simon, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, appreciate you. You had really good knowledge in this video. You said, hey, if you're in your 20s, watch it. I watched it. I enjoyed it. Dropped a like on it. Please drop a like on my video as well. If you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new. Check out my other channels. I make gaming videos and some IRL and reaction videos on that Jazz 7.7 reactions or Jazz 7.7 reacts. I'll say reaction. Same thing. It's going to pull it up. But on to the next video. Appreciate you watching, Famo.